I'll just check if people are joining. I don't think anyone has joined yet.
Hmm. I don't see any participants in this screen.
Yeah.
Comment box दिख रहा है.
Hey, hi Nupur. We're waiting for a few folks to join. Let's see.
Let's wait for 3 4 minutes before we begin.
Yeah, I see a couple of people have joined.
Mhm.
Is this going to be the first time, Urvashi, that you're going to be interacting with this group, or have you done some sessions before? Till the time I think
Uh,
everyone should, we can chat a bit.
yes, of course. So I've done two meet meetups before, and this is the third one.
Oh, that is so nice. Which were the first two?
The first one was on a basic information, giving very general information, and there were different age group people. There were around 5 people who had a chat, and the second one was with Nupur, and we discussed about different types of insulins, the
Oh, wow.
fast-acting insulins. Hello,
Bolus,
Snehal.
basal kinds of different.
Mainly bolus.
Oh, nice. Interesting. Hey, hi, Snehal. How are you? Long time, actually. I'm seeing Snehal after a while. I've not been able to join some sessions lately, but yeah.
Mhm. So, Ketki, what are your plans for this Diwali?
Well, I I'm actually really looking forward to Diwali. Yesterday, I was telling a friend that I have a lot of experimental plans this time
Okay.
because last year what I did was I told so both my parents were sort of on the pre-diabetic HbA1c, and I freaked out because of their age and lifestyle and everything. And I was
Hmm.
like, no sweets this year. We are not doing this. So I took a lot of low carb sweets.
Okay,
They
nice.
didn't like them a lot. So they were like, no, no, we miss Kaju Katli Vagara. But this time, though, I'm thinking even snacks, I want to experiment a little bit.
I think it's
Uh,
just like wine. I mean, low carb is an acquired taste, even with stevia. You have to acquire the taste for those things.
maybe that. I think a lot of things also happen with the mind for me. If I know it is good for health, I will like it.
Hmm.
I've really developed a taste for salads and carrots, so many vegetables. I really like it. So I think
Oh,
slowly that will also happen.
I started eating Karela. मतलब not for the reason कि हाँ Karela is good for diabetics, पर हाँ I started eating Karela.
Yeah,
Hi
just
Anita,
generally.
hello Madhur.
Hey everyone, good evening.
Good
We were
evening.
waiting for all of you to join so we can start. and we are very excited about this session. Both Urvashi and I, we were having a chat yesterday. So yeah, welcome to yet another session of workshops, online workshops that we do. We are Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation, where we do these sessions for the people living with type 1, type 2, different kinds of diabetes, and for caregivers. Today we'll be speaking in Hindi, English. We also know Marathi. And Urvashi, if you know Gujarati, maybe that.
Yes.
But please let us know. अगर आप लोग चाहो, we will shift to a different language. अगर आप कुछ समझ नहीं पाओ, please let us know. I have an amazing friend of mine with me, Urvashi, and today we are going to discuss about festivals and diabetes because I think it is one of the most stressful times at ever in life of a person with diabetes, other than sick days. I would say sick days मेरे लिए बहुत बहुत खराब होते हैं हमेशा, but I think after that second in on the list is definitely festivals because बहुत टफ है ना टू कंट्रोल सो मच. मिठाइयाँ बनती है, स्नैक्स बनते हैं, लोग जबरदस्ती भी बहुत करते हैं, प्लीज खाओ, मेहमान नवाजी होती है. So it is kind of tough, and because now we've already entered, it's already नवरात्रि खत्म हो गई है, दिवाली दिवाली will happen, फिर क्रिसमस आएगा and so on, which is why I have Urvashi with me. Um, I am Ketki. A quick introduction. I am living with type 1 diabetes for around 20 years now. It will be 21 years this year. Yeah, I work in Bangalore. I stay here. Urvashi, over to you for a quick introduction.
Hi, I'm Urvashi, and I'm living with diabetes from last 2.5 years. Yes, and I'm based in Ahmedabad.
Oh, nice. Ahmedabad, no? Perfect festival city you are in then.
Oh, definitely. We have just completed Navratri.
Yeah, yeah. Is Ahmedabad like the typical things we see on television? Like, is there Garba every day? Did you participate in all of that?
Oh yes, there is Garba every day. And even if you go to some food court after, doing Garba, there are people again playing Garba over there. So Garba fever
That's
is on for 9 to 10 days.
amazing. Awesome. For audience, please keep asking questions, comments, whatever we talk about. आप किसी भी चीज से relate कर पाओ, please comments में लिखिए. आपको questions है तो please comments में लिखिए. We will read and we'll answer.
Mhm.
Great. Urvashi, I just touched upon the topic of Garba, but is Navratri also about food in Gujarat or in general in your life wherever you have stayed?
Navratri is about food, but it is also about fasting. So many people fast during those 9 days, or maybe 1 or 2 days during the entire time. So it is a mix of being physically active because you're playing Garba for so many hours, and you also work and you also eat. So there is a balance maintained between all of them. For Diwali, if I see on the other hand, it's more about you just have your leisure time. You have so many snacks, so many sweets coming in your home, or guests who are bringing it at your home. So Navratri is a different direction, and Diwali comes into a very different direction.
Oh, so what I essentially hear you saying is कि सारे festivals same नहीं है.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, because I think नवरात्रि में fasting and गरबा दोनों
Hmm.
को आप क्लब कर सकते हो, which means
Hmm.
आप खाना भी कम खा रहे हो and you are exercising more possibly if you are playing गरबा,
So you
both
can
of which
even
don't
have
happen in
some more
Diwali.
carbs during Navratri so that you can burn
But
it.
I think
Burn it.
दिवाली में एकदम उल्टा होता है ना, जैसे एक्सरसाइज तो एकदम कम होती है, छुट्टी होती है,
Hmm.
सब घर पे जाते हैं, थोड़ा माहौल
Hmm.
अलग होता है. Plus you eat more. So
Yes.
I think yeah, you're right. So how every festival is different. ऑडियंस, आप लोगों के यहाँ कौन से एक दो सबसे बड़े फेस्टिवल्स हैं जहाँ पे आपको ये हमेशा डिलेमा होता है कि इस फेस्टिवल में तो एक्सरसाइज का भी स्कोप नहीं है, खाना भी बहुत बनता है, ऐसा खाना जो शायद हमारे लिए इतना सूटेबल नहीं है एट दिस पॉइंट,
Hmm.
ऐसे कौन से फेस्टिवल्स हैं? Till the time audience tells us, Urvashi, there are a couple of questions.
Questions, yes.
आपके लिए. Yes, if you can quickly answer.
Karela, you said, so does this actually work? Yes, I usually eat Karela in form of a sabji. So it definitely works. Matlab, it doesn't give a big spike on me. So yeah, it works. Does fasting, as in not eating and engaging in garba, increase the occurrence of hypos? Yes, I have experienced hypos many times when I'm doing garba for, let's say, uh, continuously for an hour or so. Hypo हुए है मुझे कई बारी. It is a
Wow.
very good cardio exercise when you do garba.
I'm just imagining the joy you would have, no? कि festival
Yes.
है and I can eat more. I mean, of course, hypos are not good. That is one of the things we'll cover in today's sessions also. कि
Hmm.
इसको हम cheat के तरह use नहीं करेंगे. But great, okay. When you said fasting, Urvashi, क्या आप fast में you eat the typical fast का खाना, व्रत का खाना like साबूदाना or sama rice or what do you, if you fast, what do you eat on fast days?
Fast days, yes, sometimes potatoes are added in the fasting time because everywhere you see potatoes के अलग अलग varieties होते हैं. पर yes, साबूदाना and there are different फरारी options. पात्रा का भी एक फरारी option आता है. खमन में भी I guess फरारी option आने लगा है. And there was one eatery who was serving a farali sandwich which had cheese instead of bread. So you use
Oh my God.
cheese as the layer, you add your vegetables between, and again a cheese layer instead of bread. So this is how
Very interesting.
they serve sandwiches in the place of farali where you can have it in your fast times.
Yeah, that will essentially be a low carb sandwich, I suppose, also
Yes.
which can be eaten on a vrat day.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But okay, I don't think audience has yet told us उनके यहाँ कौन कौन से फेस्टिवल सेलिब्रेट होते हैं. But I think you asked me दिवाली के मेरे क्या plans है. So last Diwali I remember. So I come from a Maharashtrian family, right? For us, we
Mm-hmm.
wait the whole year कि दिवाली आएगी and we will eat a lot of snacks. And it is like chuda, chakli, shakkarpara, namakpara, laddu, sev, everything that we should not have. बेसिकली सब बैंड लिस्ट ऐसा लगता है कभी कभी कि पूरी वो बैंड लिस्ट उठा ली है और सब बना दिया है. But what happened last year was I did not taste a single thing and
Mm-hmm.
yet my sugars were 300, 350.
Okay.
So I was very sad during Diwali and I that is when I actually moved from Actrapid to Novo Rapid
Mm-hmm.
because possibly my body was developing insulin resistance towards Actrapid. So then I
Mm-hmm.
moved to Novo Rapid, etc. And I still know that पूरी दिवाली मैंने कुछ भी snacks नहीं खाए and I hated it. मुझे नहीं ऐसे I don't want to spend that kind of Diwali this year. So I am going to make sure कि we come halfway. मैं भी
Hmm.
सब कुछ नहीं खाऊंगी and जो मैं खा रही हूँ वो भी मैं ऐसा बनाऊंगी कि my sugars don't spike as much. So that
Right.
is the plan this year and that will involve a lot of experimentation etc. But दो तीन चीजें मैंने already figure out कर ली है. Like
Mm-hmm.
last year in Diwali, like I was telling you, there is a brand in Bangalore called Low. It's a LO apostrophe. Uh, they make everything low carb. Like their breads are low carb, and I've tested it. And there are more brands like that. There
Uh-huh.
is, I think, Artinchi. They came on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
There's All Things Healthy. So they make even gulab jamuns low carb. So the
Nice.
chashi is made out of stevia or monk fruit, etc. Some artificial
Mm-hmm.
sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
So we've also actually we as a group also did a session together in Bangalore. So we had got some of these snacks. कोई Bangalore के अगर है audience में तो उन्हें याद होगा ये. They have बूंदी के लड्डू and काजू कतली, protein laddu, everything they have low carb. So my plan is to take a good 1.5 kg of sweets which are low carb and eat them in moderation because I want to still try. I don't want कि artificial sweetener भी बहुत ज़्यादा मैं या मेरे पेरेंट्स खाए. बट दैट इज डेफिनेटली द प्लान कि इस बार मिठाइयाँ आएंगी तो प्लीज लो कार्ब आएंगी घर में.
या तो
So
फिर
yeah,
हम ये ऑप्शन भी देख सकते हैं कि हम घर पर ही कुछ ऐसी मिठाई बनाए जिसमें हमें पता है इंग्रेडिएंट्स हमने क्या डाले हुए हैं. तो आई
absolutely.
डेफिनेटली हैव अ फ्यू रेसिपीज दैट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर विथ यू गाइस.
Oh, that will be
तो
lovely. Please,
यू
yeah,
कैन
yeah.
ऑल्सो प्रिपेयर इट एट होम. जैसे यूजुअली बेसन की चीज़ें हम बनाने का प्रेफर करते हैं. मैसूर पाक है, बेसन के लड्डू हैं, जो यूजुअली थोड़े इतना स्पाइक नहीं देंगे जितना हमें दूसरी मिठाइयाँ देगी. तो डेफिनेटली वो ऑप्शंस तो है. नारियल के लड्डू या नारियल की बर्फी में भी हम स्टीविया या monk फ्रूट ऐड करके उस मिठाई को बना सकते हैं. इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग कंडेंस मिल्क वी कैन यूज समथिंग एल्स. ताकि उसका स्वीटनर मिठास उसकी बनी रहे। तो कोकोनट इज अ गुड ऑप्शन जहाँ पे आप कोकोनट बर्फी या लड्डू बना सकते हैं। बट आई डेफिनेटली हैव सम चीज केक रेसिपीज वेयर यू कैन प्रिपेयर चीज केक एट होम यूजिंग बेस में कुछ अलग से, इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग अ नॉर्मल बिस्किट आप लो कार्ब ऑप्शन यूज कर सकते हैं, या फिर स्टीविया या मंक फ्रूट यूज कर सकते हैं इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग शुगर। तो yes, we will definitely share a few recipes with you as well.
That sounds lovely, Urvashi. But कभी आपने इंडियन मिठाई लाइक अ लड्डू या बर्फी कभी स्टीविया के साथ ट्राई की है आपने, या इवन ऑडियंस, हैज एनीबडी एवर ट्राइड अ मिठाई विथ आर्टिफिशियल स्वीटनर? बिकॉज बहुत
Um,
लोगों का एप्रीहेंशन होता है कि अच्छा लगेगा कि नहीं, अलग लगेगा क्या, शायद कड़वा लगेगा एटसेट्रा.
hmm. आफ्टर टेस्ट अगेन स्टीविया का आफ्टर टेस्ट थोड़ा सा अजीब रहता है, पर अगेन इट्स एन एक्वायर्ड टेस्ट, तो एक बार अगर आदत पड़ जाती है फिर इतना खलता नहीं है वो टेस्ट।
ओके.
आदत हो
सो
जाती
इट
है
इज
फिर
द
उसकी।
टाइम यू आर सेइंग, थोड़ा एक दो बार खाएंगे तो यू विल लाइक इट काइंड ऑफ अ
यस
थिंग.
डेफिनेटली, हाँ।
So
तो
I've actually tried gajar halwa with stevia.
इवन आई
But
हैव
the
ट्राइड
good thing
गाजर हलवा।
about gajar halwa is आप बहुत पकाते हो ना उसको,
हम्म
it's on the gas for so long
हम्म
कि वो स्टीविया भी उसके बाद कड़वा नहीं लगता है, वो घुल जाता है पूरा हलवा
हाँ
में, प्लस देयर इज मिल्क, तो वो टेस्ट इट बैलेंसेस आउट वेरी वेल. सो
यस
फोक्स, किसी को अगर start, if you want to start acquiring taste of stevia या start adding it somewhere, these kind of recipes are going to be very good, जिसमें आप पूरी खीर में आप स्टीविया मिलाओगे, अगर गाजर हलवा में स्टीव, एंड स्टीविया इज जस्ट वन एग्जांपल. हम लोग ये भी डिस्कस करेंगे कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल स्वीटनर्स आर गुड, नॉट गुड, कौन से हमारे लिए हार्मफुल है, एक्सेप्टेबल उसका यूजेज कितना है, एटसेट्रा. बट यू नो, लड्डू या खीर या हलवा एटसेट्रा आप लोग डेफिनेटली एक्सपेरिमेंट कर सकते हो अगर आप घर पे मिठाइयाँ एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहते हो विदाउट एनी शुगर और जैगरी. विच ब्रिंग्स मी टू अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. बहुत लोग हमसे आके ये कहेंगे दिवाली में कि अरे इसमें शुगर नहीं है, जैगरी है, जैगरी नेचुरल है, सो यू नो जैगरी यू कैन हैव. व्हाट इज योर take on this, Urvashi? Do you think there is any other sweetener like sugar, say
सो
jaggery, dates?
आई
I
सॉ
don't know.
आई यूज्ड टू बाय फ्यू स्वीट्स, कहीं से खरीदी थी जो शुगर फ्री क्लेम करते थे। एक दिन ऐसे आउट ऑफ क्यूरियोसिटी पूछा कि आप क्या डालते हैं शुगर फ्री में, बोले हम हनी डालते हैं शुगर फ्री में। तो इट्स यू कैन नॉट रिलाई ऑन द आउटसाइड प्रोडक्ट्स एवरी टाइम कि वो लोग शुगर फ्री कह रहे हैं, यानी वो लोग कुछ ऐसी चीज यूज कर रहे हैं जो एक्चुअली शुगर फ्री है। इट्स नॉट ट्रू टू इट्स वैल्यू। तो again, using jaggery or using honey does as harm as using a white sugar. तो वही है कि हम वो चीज़ें थोड़ा कम खाएं या फिर अवॉइड करें। अवॉइड करना सबसे बेस्ट चीज़ होती है। और हाँ, जैसे
Absolutely.
आपने कहा कि गाजर का हलवा, वैसे ही मैंने एक बार लौकी का हलवा प्रिपेयर किया था। आई मेड अ केक आउट ऑफ लौकी का हलवा। तो आई यूज स्टीविया फॉर दैट, एंड इट वाज माय एनिवर्सरी, वेडिंग एनिवर्सरी, जहाँ पे मैंने लौकी का हलवा तब प्रिपेयर किया था। तो अगेन लौकी, स्टीविया एंड नट्स, इट टेस्टेड वेरी वेल। तो इंडियन स्वीट्स में यस, मैंने ये चीज़ ट्राई की थी।
That is so nice. But I will actually want to see some pictures and recipes, Urvashi. You should post it on our group also. Facebook group is
आई
so
एम
many
प्लानिंग
people.
टू।
Yeah, everybody posts these different recipes. No, it is fun. And we have some people who are very active on the group जो अलग-अलग recipes भी try करते हैं. But so folks, one thing, जो आर्टिफिशियल स्वीटनर का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट है उस पे वी विल कम इन अनदर 5-7 minutes. बट जब भी आप कुछ खरीद रहे हो, द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस टू स्टार्ट ड्यूरिंग फेस्टिव टाइम स्पेशली इज पैकेट को उल्टा देखना. आंखों से पहला पिक्चर अच्छा ही लगता है, सारी मिठाइयाँ, सारी चकली चिवड़ा विल लुक वेरी नाइस, बट प्लीज टर्न द पैकेट अराउंड एंड रीड द टेबल ऑफ कॉन्टेंट्स. जितना हानिकारक एडेड शुगर है उतना ही हानिकारक हमारे लिए कार्बोहाइड्रेट कंटेंट भी है उस प्रोडक्ट का. सो लेट अस ऑल रीड कि व्हाट आर दे एडिंग टू मेक इट स्वीट, और फॉर एग्जांपल दे विल से 50% लेस नेट कार्ब. वो लोग क्या करते हैं, मैदा के बजाय दे विल ऐड व्हीट फ्लावर पॉसिबली. बट वी नो एज पीपल विद डायबिटीज हु हैव बीन लिविंग विद डायबिटीज फॉर सो लॉन्ग, इट इज इक्वली बैड. स्पाइक दोनों से ही बहुत आने वाला है, वी डोंट वांट टू ईट बोथ. So all other substitutes like ragi or rice flour, everything else is going to harm us equally much. So please turn the packets around, like I said, and please read, so that we all know that ठीक है इसमें what is the content that is there in the product, and then we can take our insulin accordingly. Um, so that also we'll discuss. Urvashi, do you also manage your doses during festivals, or do you only control your food?
No, no, I do have to manage my doses and also take regular walks so that I can manage my blood sugars. So, yeah, this is how I try to manage.
अच्छा, does it mean कि you sometimes have your cheat meals and then manage it आगे पीछे?
Yeah, yeah, I do sometimes.
Like, what kind of things do you like to eat?
Um, so there are sometimes phases. कभी कभार ऐसे noodles होते हैं तो you crave for those. So you have some bits and then you. But yeah. So one time I was really craving for eating poha. So what I did was कि I ate two whole boiled eggs, and after that I got a small portion of poha for tasting, and it did not give me a lot of spike then. तो एक ये चीज़ भी होती है कि हाँ हमारे कार्ब्स को कोट कर दें. यू कोट इट विथ फाइबर, यू कोट इट विथ प्रोटीन फर्स्ट एंड देन यू हैव योर कार्ब्स. इस तरह से स्पाइक भी ज़्यादा नहीं होगा और करेक्शन डोज माइट नॉट बी नीडेड. So this is how you can also manage your sweets or chakli if you want to have maybe one or two piece. तो आप पहले अच्छे से उसे कोट कर लीजिए फाइबर से, प्रोटीन से खा के, and then you have your carbs. This is one
Wow,
tip
very
that I
interesting.
follow.
Yeah, I am a proper foodie, तो मेरे लिए तो I तो want to eat so many things, but like I said, substitution. I am this time I am going to try substitution. कि
Hmm.
जैसे आधी एक chapati या anything that is carb on my plate, I
Hmm.
reduce half of that and add half a chakli or one chakli to my plate. That
Hmm.
is my idea, but I know I am not going to be satisfied with one chakli. वो मुझे
और
पक्का पता है.
दूसरी
तो
चीज ये भी कर सकते हैं कि आपके जो रेगुलर कार्ब खा रहे हैं, रोटी है, राइस है, आप उसे अवॉइड करके आप अपना सेवरी जो भी हाई कार्ब स्नैक है उसको रिप्लेस कर दीजिए रोटी से, राइस से. तो उसमें भी आपका कार्ब रेशियो जो है वो एक बैलेंस हो सकता है. दैट्स अगेन वन मोर
yeah,
ऑप्शन दैट वन कैन फॉलो.
fair. I see in the chat also कि okay, so we see that chakli is a very big craving. Where can I get a low carb chakli? Okay, so we have these brands that I was calling out, Artinchi, Low. They have a murukku, which is low carb. Again, I have tried all of their snacks because I'm, like I said, I'm a foodie. I love eating different kinds of things. So I may have a packet at home. I'll search for it to show also. It's a small packet, maybe like 10-12 pieces of murukku, but it's made out of low carb atta, and it is also air fried, not deep fried. So you can also experiment with it also. Just read the table of contents is again what I would say. There's one thing I want to try this year. Like you gave some alternatives for sweets, chaklis and chudas. There is very less possibility because a lot of them are made with rice, poha, maida, etc. Chuda, which is chuda ya farsan, which is one of the biggest, I think, savory items that everybody makes in Diwali. Um, my idea is to make a chuda out of bundi, peanuts, coconut, and that roasted chana आता है ना जो which you put in
राइट.
chiuda. That. So I am just thinking I'll skip the poha, and instead of poha I will rather use bundi, because it's relatively lower carb, because poha is going to be just rice and bundi will still be besan, because a lot of us are very accustomed to eating chila besan ka ya pakode, some other things of besan, so we know the kind of insulin we need for besan. So of course insulin lagne wala hai, but it's much better than a poha wala chiuda. uh, because you also mentioned आपके पास recipes है. Do you want to show our audience some pictures या
Yes, sure, sure.
Also, really, I see Nupur ने link डाला है Amazon का, but you can also find all of these items on Zomato, Swiggy, every other e-commerce website, etc. So they are very common here. You can buy there. They have a South Indian farsan mixture. They have chaklis, they have cookies, they have chocolates, everything low carb.
Is my
So
screen
that
visible?
not yet. It's loading.
Okay.
Yes, now.
Okay. Yeah, so I prepared cheesecake, do bar at least. And we all know the basic ingredients that we use in a cheesecake. So instead of using a biscuit as your base, one can use almond flour या फिर कोई low carb cookies है तो आप वो यूज़ कर सकते हैं बटर के साथ में उसका बेस बनाइए उसके अलावा क्रीम चीज़ और whipping क्रीम तो है ही और स्वीटनर में यू कैन ऐड योर ओन चॉइस ऑफ स्वीटनर मंक फ्रूट या स्टीविया पाउडर विच एवर यू थिंक इज अ गुड ऑप्शन and these are certain flavors that could be prepared using a cheesecake तो आप उसका एक जूस तरह प्रिपेयर करके अपने जो whipped क्रीम है और क्रीम चीज़ है उसमें मिक्स करके उसको सेट होने दे सकते हैं तो आई हैव ट्राइड स्ट्रॉबेरी चीज केक एंड आई हैव आल्सो ट्राइड low carb chocolate cheesecake that I would like to show. If you could also, if you want to take a screenshot of the recipe, you may take it.
That is lovely. Thanks, Urvashi. I would also request you to post this on our app or on Facebook somewhere. So,
I'll
people who have
post it
attended today's session, वो लोग भी directly recipe देख पाएंगे.
definitely. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So this was my first attempt of preparing cheesecake. स्ट्रॉबेरी का सीजन था उस टाइम पे तो यस वी हैड अ लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रॉबेरीज तब बनाया था ये
It looks
अभी
amazing.
आई अंडरस्टैंड स्ट्रॉबेरीज नहीं मिलेंगी बट मे बी यू कुड ट्राई डिफरेंट फ्लेवर्स
Actually, all kinds of berries, no? I think raspberry or blueberry,
Hmm.
all kinds of toppings अच्छे ही लगेंगे इस पे.
Berries, yes. This was the low carb chocolate cheesecake. So I got the low carb chocolate from Ditch the Guilt. वहाँ से लिया था chocolate उसे अच्छे से melt करके I used it in my icing also and also had a few ऊपर से थोड़ा decoration के लिए.
You have a comment, Urvashi, saying, कि, please make it send me.
And this was the thandai recipe. So you can also prepare thandai flavored cheesecake. तो आप ये सारे मिक्सचर को ऐड करके ड्राई रोस्ट करके ठंडाई पाउडर आप फ्रिज में भी स्टोर कर सकते हैं चीज केक का एक ये प्लस पॉइंट भी है कि आप उसको 3-4 दिन फ्रिज में अच्छे से स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं सो दैट इट इज नॉट कि आपको फटाफट से बना के उसी दिन ही खा लेना है तो इट ऑल्सो गिव्स यू सम टाइम कि आराम से बना लीजिए स्टोर कर लीजिए फिर जब चाहिए आप खाइए
मतलब इंडल्जेंस वाले लोग जो है जिनको डिनर के बाद एक छोटा डेजर्ट चाहिए उनके लिए
यस
3-4 दिन के लिए दिस इज अ वेरी गुड अरेंजमेंट
सॉर्टेड
यू
या
हैव मेड इट वंस एंड नाउ यू कैन एंजॉय इट फॉर लाइक 3-4 days.
यस मैं
Yeah, but this
पीपीटी
was lovely.
फेसबुक पे आई विल शेयर दिस पीपीटी
Yes, that will be lovely. Great. I think we've already covered the kind of recipes we can make, experiment with, etc. But let's come to other kinds of inputs. For example, how to manage insulin. What other things can we do to take care of our sugars better?
या
One of the things I think सबसे important I feel is that insulin. If there is no way that हम खाना भी चाह रहे हैं, we want to enjoy all delicacies and we still keep our dose the same and let our sugar spike. ऐसा ideally it shouldn't happen. What will
या
help the most is monitoring. Please
यस
keep monitoring your sugars every now and then because you already know you've eaten something which you don't eat every day. So किसी दिन you already have a चिवड़ा चकली मिठाई something like that. Let's check after half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. कुछ कुछ intervals में let's check. Whenever we see that the sugars are spiking, spike का definition also can be different for different people. Some people want to keep it in the range of below 130, 70 to 130. Some people prefer to keep it 70 to 110. Some people are okay with having it till 150. That range, once it crosses, Please let us take correction doses and again monitor, because you wouldn't want that correction doses are taking you into a hypos.
Also,
So
you
I
can
think,
think about changing your insulin if you are at a regular insulin. और अगर आपको हाई कार्ब फूड पसंद है, आपको कुछ दिन के लिए खाना है, तो कुछ दिन के लिए अपना इंसुलिन चेंज करके भी देख सकते हैं। तो उससे एक स्पाइक का जो इश्यू रहता है, वो भी थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा। जैसे
yeah,
हम
yeah,
एक्ट्रापेड या सिमिलर इंसुलिन यूज़ करते हैं, वो कार्ब्स पे बहुत कम काम करती हैं। अगर पोहा खा लिया या चकली खा लिया, तो उस पे बिल्कुल असर नहीं होता। यू कैन ईज़िली रीच एट अ वेरी गुड अमाउंट ऑफ स्पाइक। तो उस टाइम पे इफ यू आर यूजिंग सम बेटर इंसुलिन, बेटर एज़ इन द वन दैट एक्चुअली फास्ट
faster.
वर्क ऑन कार्ब्स, जैसे नोवोरैपिड है या फियास्ता है, तो दैट आल्सो हेल्प्स अ लॉट कि आप अपना ब्लड शुगर उस तरह से कंट्रोल में रख सकते हैं।
Absolutely. I would just recommend everybody have a chat with your doctor. Maybe Diwali mein there is
Hmm.
still some time. Please have a chat with your doctor, because actrapid to novorapid or actrapid to fiasp ratios also change.
Yes.
4 units of actrapid is not going to be equal to 4 units of novorapid by the same syringe. You know, in सबके
Hmm.
units अलग है, measurements अलग है. Please consult with your doctor and figure out midway out कि ठीक है, if I know आज मुझे कुछ थोड़ा heavier खाना है, you
Hmm.
know, I want to indulge, so I can manage my insulin accordingly. Maybe instead of a 15-minute break, you take a 20-25 minute break before your snack, and as soon as your sugar comes to 80-90, you eat your higher carb thing. Some arrangements in terms of insulin, I think, is a must, and at the
Hmm.
same time, some form of exercise. Urvashi and I were just discussing right before this कि अभी नवरात्रि है and she has played a lot of garba during नवरात्रि. She has even had hypos, I think, जो
Yeah.
दिवाली में शायद ना हो पाए, और any other season for that matter. I think Holi is somewhere you can still move a little bit, play a little bit, but और
Hmm.
किसी फेस्टिवल में as such exercise नहीं हो पाती है.
Hmm.
But what we can do is, we can take walks, we can go up and down the stairs, we can do home exercises, we can still go to the gym some time of the day. If we add all of this to our food, the spikes and the carb hitting us is definitely going to reduce.
Or
uh,
maybe dancing with your friends and family could also be a good idea of bonding as well as physical activity.
Absolutely. I
Because
actually want to know from the audience also, ऐसे what all people do during festivals. I want to know.
yeah,
क्या क्या आप करते हो, जैसे हमारे यहाँ we just visit our friends and we are at home. Is there anybody जिनके यहाँ get togethers होते हैं? What all do you do?
or and what food do you crave most? Is it sweet? Is it savory? Which one do you crave mostly?
Anybody from the audience? Rohan has a list of things.
Laddu, barfi, papri, kaju.
Kaju is so specific, Rohan. Chole
Chole
bhature.
bhature,
Yeah.
bhature. Chole is still manageable. Bhature,
I have learned my jugaad with chole bhature. I don't mind chole bhature. I only eat the chole out of it.
oh,
Bhature,
nice.
I will just, indulgence के लिए I will have 2-3 bites and then I'm done.
Okay. You add some salad and you have it with chole.
Yeah.
Onions work best. Gajar ka halwa, Rohan, why don't you try it with stevia or monk fruit this time? Fried rice could be still, I would say, brown rice यूज करके आप एक बार ट्राई कर सकते हैं फ्राइड राइस के लिए, और इवन ऐड एन एग अगर आप एग्स खाते हैं तो, या चिकन अगर आप खाते हैं तो उसमें पोर्शन प्रोटीन का भी आ जाएगा, तो दैट विल नॉट स्पाइक अ लॉट। सेव
But the
पूरी।
best substitute so far for rice, we all have experimented it in our potlucks also, is the cauliflower rice.
फ्लावर
Um,
राइस।
and the only way to make it really taste good is to add a lot of vegetables to it. So it really tastes like fried rice, honestly. We would
ओके,
have a couple of pictures here and there. I think I'll look for it and post on the group. We have
नाइस।
such a list here, no?
दही
Dahi
बल्ले।
bhalle, do you not eat dahi bhalle? Is it because it's fried or is it because it's carb? Oh wow, Nupur. That sounds very interesting actually. We could just buy a kg of that low carb atta and try it. I plan to this time, but I'm not sure my family members are going to like it. So I don't know. Maybe push them a little bit to experiment. Snehal says that she loves chakli and kaju katli. Yeah, so do I. I love chakli.
Kaju Katli, we still have this low carb option somewhere on online, so that could be managed. I know it's not as tempting as the original Kaju Katli, but still.
But you know the difference between original and this low carb one is very low in items like motichur laddu, etc. They really
Mm.
taste like a normal motichur laddu. You will not even realize it is made with artificial sweetener. Even gulab jamuns I have had, so I think all of them were relatively very good.
No, we
But
don't have
kaju
such options
is
in
a little
Ahmedabad.
different
I'm yet
still.
to try such things.
Oh, so Ron says dahi bhalla is problematic because of imli ki chutney. Yeah, I don't add that. I just do
Uh,
dahi bhalla and namak, mirchi, a little bit green chutney if needed, but
mhm.
not the imli ki chutney. And imli ki chutney spikes crazy, matlab because of jaggery, it is
Hmm.
very bad on sugars.
One can try khajur ki chutney in small proportion, homemade khajur chutney, instead of substituting it with imli ki chutney maybe. आई नो
Yeah,
खजूर से भी स्पाइक होगा पर थोड़ा सा डाल के ट्राई कर सकते हैं.
very interesting. Yes, I think a long list of things people really have it in them कि ये नहीं खा पाए हम लोग दिवाली में. I love this, I love that. Fair enough, but I think now we have substitutes for most things, right? Like for chiuda, we have discussed we will make chiuda with bundi, peanuts, roasted chana, and of course onion, garlic, this that. So we can of course add a
Yeah.
little bit of save also. In fact, it is besan. We can still try
Mm.
to manage it much better than poha, like poha wala chiuda.
Mm.
We can try chakli with low carb atta or the ready-made ones that we get in the market after reading what it really has. um, we've already discussed some sweets like burfis, laddus, thandai, halwa. Um, we also um, we also discussed one sweet yesterday, Urvashi, which was rasmalai.
Yeah,
Because
rasmalai.
rasmalai is essentially paneer, right? You just
Mm.
have to take your milk, make your rasmalai ka, the patty kind of a thing, and milk mein you can very easily add monk fruit or stevia. I think that
Definitely.
is one sweet which will really not taste very different than original, क्योंकि उसमें
Mm.
तो it's paneer. It's essentially protein. So I think that is one mithai we can all try at home and post pictures. Upar you can put the lower carb dry fruits also, like maybe almonds, walnuts, a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of pista. Those kind of
Yeah.
dry fruits will also, I think, nuts will also work very well.
Mm.
So I think that could also be one of the options. Um, I think food wise we are all a little bit sorted. I think one thing where I face the most trouble is when I go at people's homes. You cannot really tell them, right,
Mm.
कि मैं नहीं खा सकती हूँ, मुझे तकलीफ होगी इससे, थोड़ा रूड लगता है लोगों को, impolite लगता है. तो how do you think
Yeah,
we can
ये
manage that?
ये this is not my time to eat, but people will say थोड़ा सा खाने में कुछ नहीं होता है. So what do you exactly do when you visit people and they
Yeah, I
insist you to
can't.
eat?
I don't think there is a way out of this for me yet. But what I have done in the past is choosing the best of evil. Basically मैं उनको कहती हूँ
Mm-hmm.
कोई फ्रूट्स है क्या, आप मुझे फ्रूट्स खिला दो, आप
Okay.
मुझे नट्स खिला दो,
Hmm.
दैट इज बेटर.
Yeah.
सो एंड आई एम श्योर कुछ ना कुछ स्नैक हर एक क्या होता है जो मैं थोड़ा सा खा सकती हूँ, लाइक चिवड़ा फॉर एग्जाम्पल.
Hmm.
हमारे नॉट एवरीबडी विल मेक पोहा वाला चिवड़ा. सम
Hmm.
समथिंग somebody will have like a save mix. Save में कुछ they will add garlic and curry patta and something like that. So
Hmm.
that I will have as a formality, but it's very difficult to convince people about it.
In
Thanks, Rohan. Yeah,
Ahmedabad,
I like that dry fruits, but people won't agree so much, and they will act like they are hurt, like उनको बुरा लग रहा है कि हमारे यहाँ खाया नहीं, but it's very difficult to manage that situation actually.
And there are a lot of Gujarati farsan which are also based on sweets. मीठे बहुत होते हैं. जैसे अगर आप खमन लेते हैं, तो उसमें भले the base is बेसन, नायलॉन खमन आता है, but still they will add a lot of sugar to it. तो आपका बेसन से इतना स्पाइक नहीं हो रहा जितना शुगर से स्पाइक हो जाएगा. तो इस तरीके के जो स्नैक्स होते हैं वो या तो हमें घर पे अगर हम बना रहे तो ठीक है, लेकिन गेस्ट के यहाँ पे इफ यू आर गोइंग समवन विजिटिंग समवन एंड इफ यू ईट देयर, तो और ढोकला में भी अ पीस ऑफ ढोकला व्हिच अगेन कंटेन्स आइदर सूजी और राइस, ये सारी चीजें ऐसे स्पाइक, हद से ज्यादा स्पाइक करने वाली चीजें होती हैं. तो या ट्राई टू अवॉइड ऑल ऑफ दैट. नट्स अगेन इज अ गुड ऑप्शन, तो वो चीज़ ले सकते हैं, या मे बी उन्हें कहें नींबू पानी, नींबू सोडा बना दो हमें, दैट वी कैन हैव.
Yeah, that is a great idea, है ना? नींबू पानी
या
we
या
can ask people without sugar, just
नेक्स्ट
salt,
टाइम.
नींबू पानी.
या.
Yeah. चाय कॉफी तो I always ask people to make without sugar for me. मतलब अब तो universally everybody knows कि मैं चाय कॉफी में I will not have sugar. But this नींबू पानी idea I have not experimented yet.
Nupur says, I tell them I'm not hungry or I don't want or I'm fasting. Yeah, fasting is a very good excuse to say. फिर मे भी लोग बोलेंगे यार हम आपके लिए एप्पल ले आते हैं, तो ठीक है.
वो आलू का कुछ बना देंगे नुपुर. I am तो worried. I don't have आलू. So, yeah, that is my worry. But I remember there is this one uncle of mine जिनके घर पे जाके same problem हुआ. On one corner of the room I saw guavas रखे हुए थे. तो मैंने इतने उनको excitement से कहा I want to have guava. तो उन्होंने मुझे guava काट के दिए 2. मैंने पूरे 2 guava खा लिए. I was like this is still low carb. I
Yeah,
can manage with this. और थोड़ी बढ़ गई sugar तो I will still be able to figure it out. Than eating samosas and kachoris, it is going to take me half a day to come back to normal. I didn't want to do
yeah.
that. So I
It
look for those
becomes
things in people's houses. I have that
it
that
becomes a win-win situation
vision.
for you and the host.
Yeah, true. Great. I think so. We have some solutions to how to manage this. But any other questions from audience? आप लोगों के festivals में आप क्या problems face करते हो? What would you want to know as to how to do this better? या अब तक क्या difficult रहा है during festivals?
उषा जी कह रहे हैं और वो लोग मिठाई सर्व करें तो हाँ, हमेशा ना कह सकते हैं. जरूरी नहीं है कि हमें जबरदस्ती वो लोग खाने को कहेंगे ही. दो दे insist, पर we still have the right to say no, or maybe just take a very small bite, तो आप उन्हें भी खुश कर दें, थोड़ा टेस्ट भी कर लें.
उषा जी
My
also said कि
husband.
खाना खाना कम हो गया है. I guess good for
हाँ.
us and little bit food wise.
Yeah. There's my hubam. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrect. That person is from Manipur. Rohan says pollution is a problem. सांस नहीं आती. आई अग्री. और दिवाली पे वॉक्स पे जाना भी एक बड़ा टास्क हो जाता है दिवाली के टाइम पे. तो यस डांसिंग वर्क्स. You stay inside indoors and you have some exercises or games, play with your cousins or your friends. That helps.
Yeah. I think my quota for exercise or walking only happens during the day because you have to bring 500 things for Diwali from shops. So I choose to walk. If it
Mm-hmm.
is, 1.5 kilometer and you're not in a hurry to get things, I will walk. I'll be like,
That
okay,
is
I
nice.
know I have to exercise and I can't do that in the night. Or, even problems like pollution, for example,
Hmm.
early mornings you can't get out in cities like Delhi, etc. जहाँ पे थोड़ा there is an issue.
Hmm.
You can choose some other things like you know walking up and down the stairs,
Yes.
like Urvashi says, dancing with your friends, going out, meeting them, thoda walking, or if
Hmm.
people have gyms near them, maybe choosing to do half an hour, 45 minutes of exercise, to sort of enable your body to absorb all of this better, because we don't want to pile up high carb food with no exercise. That is going to be twice as um,
Yeah,
problematic,
bad.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And one more thing, I think I touched upon it a little bit some time ago, but उर्वशी कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि आपने जानबूझ के बिफोर लंच थोड़ा ज्यादा इंसुलिन ले लिया so that हाइपो हो जाएगा तो मिठाई खाने मिलेगी? Anybody who has that kind of a reward system कि
आई
चलो
थिंक
आज।
ऑल ऑफ अस वुड हैव डन, थोड़ा ज़्यादा इंसुलिन ले लेते हैं, कुछ बाद में कुछ एक्स्ट्रा खाने का मन हो गया तो मे बी समथिंग दिस और दैट, या समटाइम्स यस।
Okay, interesting. So I was very small when I got diabetes, right? So the doctor had clearly told me this, because my doctor was actually explaining correction doses to my mother. Someday if you check sugar and if it comes to this much, you should give these many units extra. So I said, I was 10-11 years old. मैंने तो बोल दिया कि अरे फिर तो बढ़िया है, मैं 2 यूनिट एक्स्ट्रा ही ना ले लूं, so I can have sweets. So please don't do that. Now I know. After falling unconscious one time, I know this. Hypos are going to be really, really bad.
ओके,
Eating sweets is not a reward after hypoglycemia. Please, I know this by
या
personal experience. What we can do though, like we discussed before, is we can replace carbs with sweets a little bit. We can replace, chapatis, rice, any other form of carb, and have a little bit of snacks that we want. We can take, carb counting we can do. If we know that instead of 50 carbs in this meal, I'm going to have 75, I can take my insulin accordingly. Uh, एक एक बात मैंने मतलब सुनी थी कि यू नो आंखों से नहीं माइंड से खाने को देखना है, लाइक यू हैव टू काउंट क्या क्या है मेरी प्लेट पे एंड कितना पोर्शन है, क्या क्या है, जितना इंपॉर्टेंट है उससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कितना क्वांटिटी है. um it cannot be कि हम like 7 7 8 8 pieces of chakli एकदम we can have at once. It's okay, we all love it, but let us try to break down our meals, um break down our insulin doses also accordingly. Sometimes it may
या
happen 4 5 baje, a lot of people in this group do not take insulin in the evening. 5 6 p.m. snack ke liye a lot of people don't take insulin, but if you want to have something which is the Diwali item, maybe take another dose. Please make sure that, and the only way to best do it is to monitor people on CGMs. I think you will anyway come to know. The phone rings and it just makes you very stressed out, but it is still better than not knowing. And people who are checking with glucometers, please check करते रहिए बार बार कि क्या मुझे harm कर रहा है, कितना मेरी sugar spike कर रही है, so the next day you can manage this a little bit better.
और
uh,
ये भी ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप खाने के 2 घंटे बाद ही चेक करें तो ही आपको स्पाइक दिखेगा। देयर इज़ अ पॉसिबिलिटी कि कुछ स्लो स्पाइक भी हो सकते हैं। तो येस, रेगुलरली चेक करना 2 घंटे बाद, 4 घंटे बाद या मेबी 6 आवर्स के बाद। तो इस तरह से यू कैन डेफिनिटली लुक कि किस चीज़ का कितना स्पाइक हो रहा है आपकी बॉडी पे।
Yes. I'm just seeing Sheetal's message also. दिवाली में रात के डिनर में पूरी, आलू सब्जी, हलवा, मूंग वड़ा बनता है. I think moong is still fine. Moong, because you can take your मतलब insulin accordingly moong के लिए.
हुँ,
पूरी को थोड़ा सा स्किप किया जा सकता है या लो कार्ब आटे से बनाया जा सकता है. दैट इज डेफिनेटली देयर. या पोर्शन कंट्रोल भी किया जा सकता है. मे बी 1 पूरी और 2 पूरीज डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ मच इंसुलिन यू आर टेकिंग. हलवा तो नाउ वी ऑलरेडी नो हम लोग स्टीविया से बना सकते हैं. उर्वशी, मैंने, हम सब ने, आई थिंक इवन नुपुर वुड हैव ट्राइड इट सम टाइम. वी हैव ऑल ट्राइड मेकिंग हलवा विद स्टीविया, मोंग फ्रूट, एंड बिलीव मी वो बिल्कुल अलग नहीं लगता है.
येस
बिकॉज उसको
डेफिनिटली।
पका
उस
दिया जाता है ना कि जस्ट वो घुल जाता है टेस्ट में. सो हलवा तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली ट्राई. हलवा, खीर, इस टाइप की चीजें एब्सोल्युटली यू कैन मेक. आलू सब्जी नीड्स टू बी रिप्लेस्ड. Oh, I see Nupur has already replied with the same things. Nice. Yeah, it could be cauliflower. It could be, I don't know, cabbage. It
मेबी
could be
एडिंग सम
chora,
पीस।
banana, something.
हाँ, we add some more veggies with आलू की सब्जी तो that could help balance out. That could be done.
Yes. I think Rohan is raising a quick point on what kind of artificial sweeteners, right, Rohan? We also had to discuss it, Urvashi. What all artificial sweeteners have you tried and in what quantity?
Till now, I've only tried stevia. I know it contains erythritol, but I do not take in a lot of quantity. So, just say I do not like my milk, plain milk. I just take one half to 1 spoon of stevia. That's it for the day. So I don't think it's so dangerous कि मैं आधा चम्मच स्टीविया का अगर नहीं लूँगी तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. So yes, making it in a balanced amount, eating it in a balanced amount could not be that dangerous as it looks like.
Absolutely, yes. My intake of stevia is much lesser than this also because I love my tea without sugar and cold milk. But for people, कुछ लोग हैं जिनको चाय कॉफी people have not learned to drink it without sugar yet.
Hmm. Hmm.
Please ask these questions on the group. It could be different sweeteners have different thresholds. But I don't think कोई भी sweetener हमने एक या दो स्पून से ज्यादा पर डे खाना चाहिए. Nupur, Rohan, Snehal, you're all also on the chat. Please tell us what kind of sweeteners can we have, how much, in how much quantity, so that we also don't get addicted to that sweet taste. And at the
Hmm.
same time, while having it, we also don't harm our body. Otherwise, like sugar से तो harm होना ही है, but artificial sweeteners can also be harmful. So we should all be very cautious when we eat all of this. It cannot be taken as if a person with non-diabetic person has sugar every day in whatever quantity. We shouldn't be doing that with all of these artificial sweeteners. That is for sure.
Rohan is suggesting to eat stevia leaves.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Stevia
One of
leaves
our
is also
audiences
an
tried it
option,
also.
yes. Maybe
Yeah.
आप डाल के उसे स्वीट होने दीजिए and then you remove stevia leaves. Maybe that could help.
Yeah, I am so planning to buy that plant only, but I don't know where I'll get it. So need
Ah,
to search for it. But I've seen someone on the group has actually grown a stevia plant.
that is nice.
Can try that. Great. Any other questions from people in the audience? या आपके कोई suggestions है which you have tried और हमने
Hmm.
cover नहीं किए हो?
कोई कोई रेसिपीज जो आप शेयर करना चाहें दूसरों के साथ.
Oh, I think people have answers today. I don't know. Great. But what are your plans,
That's
Urvashi, for
interesting.
Diwali? Are you traveling? What are you planning
No,
to
we
do?
usually stay at home and we do our Diwali puja and थोड़ा सा ऐसे शगुन के लिए एक दो पटाखा जला दिया. And then we have this uh, a fashion of eating पालक की सब्जी by adding, उसमें 6-7 अलग-अलग सब्जियां ऐड करके we eat that on specifically on the day of Diwali. तो that becomes a healthy option कि पालक खा रहे हो, पालक के साथ आपने टमाटर प्याज ये सब कुछ डाल दिया तो अगेन वो इतना कार्ब लोडेड फूड नहीं होता है.
Wow.
अगर आप
So it's
उसके
like
साथ
a
राइस ही खा रहे तो
veg kind of a thing with palak.
यस. So that
Very,
is something that we prepare every Diwali night.
very nice actually to balance out the
Yes.
chudas and everything. Yeah, very interesting. True, but I'm definitely buying these 4 5 things this time. Some from the ready-made things that you get outside, and I'm definitely buying low carb atta. A lot of seeds because you can add them to anything. Your chudas and everything. I definitely have a plan to make a lot of Diwali snack. I'm sure I will not be able to make everything, but दो
Mhm.
तीन चीजें तो मैं पक्का इस बार try करने वाली हूँ. And I'm going to push people कि नहीं यही अच्छा है खाओ. maybe change starts at home. No, हमारे घर भी गेस्ट
Yes,
आते हैं तो हम मिठाई खिला रहे हैं. Maybe हम थोड़ा change होंगे तो लोग भी थोड़ा change होंगे. Who knows?
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even there are low carb chocolates option available. आप
yeah,
एडवांस में ही ऑनलाइन बुक करके आप मंगा सकते हैं तो यू कुड
yeah.
ऑल्सो आपका जो दिवाली में स्वीट क्रेविंग है दैट कुड बी हेल्प्ड. अभी अलग अलग इंडियन चॉकलेट फ्लेवर्स में रसमलाई का फ्लेवर का चॉकलेट या फिर गुलाब जामुन फ्लेवर्ड चॉकलेट ऐसे चॉकलेट्स भी आने लगे हैं तो
Yes, yes.
यू कैन गिव इट अ ट्राई. एक
Yeah, I
डिश
think
पे
it's a
बिल्ड
great
करके.
gifting option also, no? दिवाली में इतने
या
लोग मिठाइयाँ गिफ्ट देते हैं. We could give low carb मिठाइज and low carb
लो carb
chocolates to
chocolates.
people. Slowly,
या
slowly, it at least gets familiarized between people कि there is this option available. So why not? May as well try something healthy. And it's
या
okay, don't tell them. बताओ ही मत ना खाने दो. जब बोलेंगे अरे ये तो अच्छा है, then you can tell. I think that is going to
डेफिनेटली
change the perception a little bit
इट्स
anyway.
अ गुड ट्रिक.
Yes. Unlike Bhai Dooj and Diwali gifts, so you can definitely all of us can try. I think that is going to
या.
be a good idea. Great. All right. I think um,
There's one
Yeah.
more question. How do you ensure mindful eating when paying a festive visit to the relatives? Do you want to take this question, Ketki?
Sure, we just discussed this, Puneet, some time back, that when we go to guests, everybody is on you pouncing. Uh, कि मिठाई खा लो, चिवड़ा खा लो, चकली खा लो, टेस्ट तो करो, मेहनत से बनाया है and all. So we have figured out a couple of alternatives. We are going to ask them to feed us some nuts or some,
Fruit?
relatively low carb fruits. Or we are going to look for some snack which is a little bit low carb. Or if nothing works, we are going to ask our relatives to give us tea, coffee, or nimbu pani, anything without sugar. So
Yeah.
far that is what we've been able to figure out. But you also tell us if how do you escape this. We also had some ideas like bata do I am fasting or that I am not hungry, etc. We've been able to reach that far so far. I mean, but you tell us if you have any better ideas.
So there are
Okay.
people who are asking for gifts, low carb chocolate gifts. Definitely. Send us your address.
मेरे यहाँ पूछते हैं कि गिफ्ट में क्या है फिर ओपन करते हैं तो आप चॉकलेट बताओ ना रोहन क्या ना बहुत सारी चॉकलेट्स लाया हूँ एकदम ऐसे ऐसे कुछ कुछ बता दो इम्पोर्टेड है समथिंग यू टेल लाइक
Punit says, I might also accept cash in turn. पैसे दे दो हम खुद बाहर जाके खा लेंगे.
Yeah, we'll figure our own thing out instead of spoiling health for this. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think we're in
so
the last 2-3 minutes of the session. Folks, very, very happy festivity to all of you. And above all of this, khana, insulin, exercise, sleep, everything, I think all of us should have fun. Please
yes,
meet your people.
definitely.
Please meet your friends, your family. All of us should meet. Have a lot of fun. It's not like the whole year is happy and celebratory like this. सब लोग एंजॉय करो जस्ट थोड़ा सा कॉशियसली एंजॉय करते हैं एंड पॉसिबली एट द एंड ऑफ दिवाली नुपुर वी शुड रोल आउट अ पोल क्वेश्चन कि व्हाट वाज द हाईएस्ट शुगर्स वी रीच्ड in the 15-day period or something like that, or what are the best tricks we used to dodge people and not eat
Yeah,
something
different
junk.
tricks, different excuses that one
Yeah,
could
I
figure
think
out.
yes, we should do all of that. But again, once again, very happy festivities to you all.
Happy
um
festivities to all of you.
Urushi, anything you would like to say
Uh,
in closing?
yeah, as you said, fun is very important. Socializing is very important because these days we do not socialize a lot. So, yeah, one should always get a chance to meet family and friends and have thoda bahut khana yahan wahan, managing with your insulin. This is what we all can do.
Absolutely. Amazing. Thank you so much, folks,
Thank
for
you.
joining in today. Have a great evening and stay safe during the
Thank
festivals.
you. Have a happy Sunday.